Reverend Rob Lee. Bold, smart, and straight to the point. This is Tarot with an Attitude.
Good evening, everybody. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah. Whatever it is that you have to be happy about, be happy about it. Merry Christmas. Even the Squatch celebrates Christmas. So that's what we're doing tonight. Good evening, everybody. Glad to see you. Welcome to Tarot with an Attitude. I am your host, the Reverend Rob Lee, and Bangarang. All right. So we're all getting ready. It's nice and cold here in New Hampshire. It snowed all day yesterday. Last time I checked, we were hitting 17 degrees before I went live on the show. But welcome. Going to warm up during the week. We're going to have a hot spike of 52, I think. And then it's dropping right back down into the teens. So crazy weather. So how's everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody's doing okay. We're going to start this off. Our most gracious and loving Heavenly Father, the Divine Mother, our Divine Spirit, we say thank you for everything that you've given us and the blessings that you have laid upon us. Even if sometimes we don't see them, we have to remember them. I ask now for your protection for everybody in here. Let nobody go away with anything that is not of you, of spirit, of light. No darkness is allowed. May everything come from you. May you open my mind. Let me channel you. Let me hear you when we read these cards and know that it's from you. In all that we ask it, so mote it be. All right, here we go. So if you got a question, just pop it in there. So I've got some new people hanging around. Pop it in. We're going to see what's happening, what's going on, and let everybody know. Now, remember, Wednesday night, normally I do Eyes of the Dragonfly with Miss Bridget. I will not be here. I have somebody coming in, family coming in, and they're coming all the way up. Haven't seen them in a long time. So we are going to take those 2 evenings. They're going to be here for 3 weeks, but I'm going to have 2 days to spend with them uninterrupted without anything. So that's just what's going on. Now, after that, we'll get right back to everything going. And again, on what is it? The 22nd would be the Monday, the next Monday, right back at it live here on Tarot with an Attitude. And we'll be doing on the 23rd, Tipsy Tarot. Bridget and I will be doing readings together. If I can coach Gillian into it, we are going to have a good time and see what's happening. So with all that being said, let's take a look at what's going on and find out what's happening. Miss Yachty, welcome. Hi, Reverend Rob. I received an email from the Master Center recruiter indicating I'm still being considered for the director position with final selection this week. Will I be selected to interview? In anticipation of yes or no questions, I actually got a new deck, okay? And I'm going to show you all what it is, okay? It's called the yes or no. This is fun. We're going to see what happens here. I'll bring it in so y'all can see it, yes or no. And it's clarifying life situations oracle deck. And I don't even see who did it. Let me look on the back of this and see what's going on. Manufacturer, Pink Tyrannosaurus Rex. There you go. Whoever that may be, but you can find this and you will be able to work with it. But there we go. So, Yachty, we're going to ask Spirit, are you going to be selected to interview? And this is a yes or no oracle deck. Let's see what's happening. So if y'all have some yes or no questions tonight, you want to see something different rather than the pendulum, let's see what Spirit's got to say, okay? But here we go. So going to bring this down so we can see, will I be selected to interview? And I'm going to read the card first because some of the writing on it's a little small, okay? But we have no, it says, resistant to change, upsetting news, an accident, something's going on, but the card is saying no, Yachty. It doesn't mean to quit or to do anything. But if you notice, we actually have a motorcycle upside down here, and this is something saying something's getting flipped around. Doesn't mean they won't come back to you later. So the answer to that question right out of the gate is no. But let's see what's happening here. I'm also tonight going to use my ARC Oracle and Tarot deck. Now, this deck is fat because I have all the Oracle cards mixed in with the tarot cards because it's a mixture of two decks. This is a beautiful deck. This is one of my animal decks. Wanted to see it and see what's happening. I might have to shuffle this one over and over and over. So let's see what's going on. What do you need to know, Yachty, about this with the thing? I know that the cards and spirit just said no, but let's take a look at what you need to know. And here we go. Boom. So the light card on this, when we look at it, is things are sticking together. I haven't run this deck for a while. The Nautilus is the Ace of Cups. Pure joy, true fulfillment, divine inspiration. So this is telling me, if we look at this Nautilus and the beauty of it, and the way nature works and the way spirit works, this is saying the Ace of Cups. New emotional, new beginnings. So some things are still coming your way, but this one may not be it. So don't get down, don't get bummed. You keep putting out there and seeing what's going on. But we have the Nautilus here telling you Ace of Cups. We have a no, that something's going on, an accident has happened or whatnot. You may get missed. Doesn't mean they won't come back to you after the first of the year. But the Nautilus is here telling you, head up. Ace of Cups is here. All new emotions, some new things to celebrate, some new things of joy to come, and you will be okay. All right? Wow. Bangarang. Okay. That was an interesting read, Yachty. Let's see what's going on and find out. You keep us posted, all right? And tell me what's happening. So, Julie Ann, glad you're here. May I have insight about my project I'm working on right now, please? Absolutely. So I'm going to use the Arc deck. This deck spoke to me all day. I almost backed out of it, but it spoke to me all day, like saying I got to use this one. And I love the animals and the marine life, everything that's in this deck. It's very powerful. So here we go. I'm going to do some quick shuffling. Might shuffle in pieces here for you. Let's see what's happening. There's that portion. Then I break this portion down. They're big cards to begin with. Boom, boom. Throw them together. Slide around. Here we go. Bring us in on live. And wow, now let's just do the deck cut right here. So, may I have insight about the project I'm working on right now, please? And what we have is the Chameleon. Wow. Now, this is an oracle card. This is not a tarot card. And it's camouflage, adaptation, and clairvoyance. What it's saying is you know already how good you're going to do. There are things you need to be on and you need to be able to adapt to. Okay? So if there's something going on and something's telling you I might need to change this, listen to that intuition, because adaptability is going to be key here and how good this comes out. Now, keep in mind, the chameleons don't move fast. They're very slow, but that tongue darts, it's catching flies in midair. Here's what I want you to understand. Adapt to the environment. If something's not going to be agreeable and you know it may affect your grade, adjust it accordingly. That's what I'm doing. I'm getting things here that are saying you're going to be okay. 9 of Wands, the Scorpion, that fire. You're going to be okay. This is going to work. But just if you want the best grade, everything you need to do, you've got to be able to adjust and adapt. The Scorpion says resolve, resilience, and bravery. That goes right along with adaptation. So there you go. Julianne, you're going to do fine. Be ready if you need to move, shift around, do some adaptation, maybe look at your work again, but follow your gut. Go with it and make sure you're doing what you need to do. Okay? Wow. Bangering. I see that going out pretty good for you. All right. And we'll see what's going on. All right. Who we got here? Moncloa. Hi. Will I get a job offer this month? Let's break back out into the yes or no cards. At Moncloa. Now, I don't know if I'm saying that right. If I'm not, just forgive me, because I never intentionally mispronounce anybody's name. All right. All right. Moncloa wants to know, they're going to get a job offer this month. Let's see what's happening. So we got 2 weeks left. Let's see where we are. And what we have here is, according to this, no, not this month. All right. But it doesn't mean it's not coming. Something you've been counting on. Feeling fragmented, crackling under pressure. Something's going on. And I want you to make sure we're going to get asked for some direction on that what you're finding out, what's going on and why. Okay. So let's ask the question, what does Moncloa need to know? Number one, I know it's saying don't lose hope. There's more than one egg in the basket. Okay. Hey, that one actually shuffled pretty good. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what you need to know. Okay. All right. Here we are. All right. Moncloa, some of this is because, again, I remind my job seekers, this time of year, it's tough. Things get put on hold. Things get held. It's not a bad thing, okay? They're not on our timetable, if that makes sense. They're looking at trying to get off work just like everybody else. So what we have here is another oracle card, the hippopotamus. Stimulation, actualizing goals, and emergence. I think what you're going to find here is something's going to come up that you weren't quite expecting. All right. So this is going to be, they might be looking at you for something bigger and better, because look at the size of our guy here, and he's mostly grounded, whether he's in the water or he's on land. What I want you to see, and he's eating the leaves, man, that's really speaking to me hard. I want you to understand he's got this thing by the roots. I think somebody's going to find more value in you than the job that you applied for, if that makes sense, okay? And they might be re-examining you for a different position. Let us know, okay? Check it out and let us know. Wow, bangarang. Okay, here we go as we're kicking through these things. Let's find out what's going on, get these cards back under here, and we're going to go to Andrew. Will my manifestations materialize at the start of 2026? Now, are you wanting them to materialize, or are you going to manifest them? Manifesting can come in two ways. Materializing. Have you taken action to make them happen? That is, if you have not, that is materialization. If you're manifesting and you're wanting to bring them alive and you've taken the right actions, done what Spirit has told you to do to make them come through, that is a manifestation. So you have a little bit of a mix going on there, Andrew, which is okay. A lot of people do, but let's take a look and see what's going on. Andrew wants to know, will his manifestations materialize at the start of 2026? Now we're going to bring that here. We're going to cut the deck, find out what's going on. I'd love to give somebody some good news, okay? Again, I got to know. Now, I got this on something I was looking at for somebody else earlier in the day, okay? And what this is saying, heavy energy, blocked, weighed down by worry. What are we doing? Are you worrying about it? Is this what's happening? Are we starting to manifest? Because we know we're saying the right things, but in our heart, are we carrying that through in our heart? So something's going on here. I don't know why we're getting so many no's tonight, okay? But let's find out. Let's do a reading here and bring the cards out and find out what's going on. All right. And boom. All right, here we go. Andrew, will my manifestation materialize at the start of 2026? Now, you also have to realize you put a time constraint on it at the start of 2026. What does that mean? Could that mean within the first quarter? That's possible. But being literal with Spirit, start of 2026 is talking about within the first week or two of January. So we got to find out what's going on here and what this means. All right. So I'm going to cut these cards here and find out. Pufferfish, 9 of Cups. See, now this is talking about it's going to happen, just maybe not as quickly as you want it. The 9 of Cups is this finding love, finding happiness, finding joy, manifesting. And it's actually, the 9 is huge on manifesting exactly what you want. So what this is telling me is you're going to manifest it. This is going to happen, but maybe not quite as soon as you're looking for, if that makes any sense. The small writing on here says, wishes granted, satisfaction, and pride. All right. I got to stop using cards that have such little writing on it. All right. So there you go. that's one of the things. So what I'm going to do is we're going to bring this guy out. Okay. This is a pendulum. All right, pendulum. Will you work with me this evening? Yes. Very emphatic. Yes. I like it. Now, pendulum. Show me my no. Very nice. Very good. Thank you. Now, Andrew asked if his manifestations are going to materialize at the start of 2026. Will they manifest within the first quarter? And that's where I'm getting my yes, if you can't see it. It's really coming in yes. So within the first 3 months, you're just going to have to show some patience. Is that what's going on? That's what I'm seeing. To give you a little bit more clarity on that, all right, let's find out. So you keep me posted. I'd love to hear. And y'all remember, if anybody wants to go into more detailed readings and find out more information about what's going on, make sure you check my box down below in the description. And how we can arrange a longer session is right in there. And I'll be glad to go into a lot more detail with you. Okay? So, but that's what's going on, Andrew. Good luck. Things are coming. Be patient. Just be patient. All right? Amy Drake, here's what we got. Are bad spirits after my granddaughter? Okay. We're gonna slow this roll down. Okay. This is a very serious question. I'm getting a very guarded feeling. Okay, as I drink my water. All right. I am getting that something very well could be you need to be having shielded. We're going to say a prayer for her in just a little bit. And my first question that came to my mind is, would there be someone calling this out? Would she be under attack? That's my question. Would somebody request this, put a curse, or ask that dark spirits be around your granddaughter? We're going to say a prayer for her. All right. And let's see what's going on. So, are dark spirits around Amy's granddaughter or after her granddaughter? And what I'm getting, we got to know. This time we got no, they are not. So it doesn't mean that somebody isn't putting a lot of ill will out there or whatnot. And what we're seeing here is I see 2 feet, and this is saying no. Like oil and water, separate lives drift apart. So I'm going to get some clarity on that one, because this is one of the things, my first times using this deck. All right. I feel this. So this is one of those things where it may not be spirit, but very bad energy that's going on around it or something like that. I would like to know more about your granddaughter. Okay. But we don't need to do that here. Everybody can reach me at tarotwithanAttitude@gmail.com. You can send me that. I'd like to know the granddaughter's age and find out what's going on in and around her life. Are there things? I do feel like an energy clearing is needed. Something's going on there that this may be something that's happening. Okay. We have, wow, white peacock, 9 of Pentacles. Things are going to be okay. A lot of 9s coming in. Now, I want y'all to understand this is the end. Okay. We're getting no's, but we're getting manifestation. But the white peacock, this is purity. Okay. So you understand there may be something there that is attacking her, but there is a spirit, a purity of light that is around her and is constantly protecting her. The 9 of Pentacles talks about in the real world. So her guides, her angels are protecting her. Man, I gotta change this deck. Heaven on earth, independence, expansive thinking. So we're looking at that. We're looking at the white peacock. And again, I'm seeing purity. I'm seeing light. I'm seeing heaven coming in. What I'm wondering is, I'm going to go ahead and pull another card. And after all that, we back to the hippopotamus. And there is something to me moving beneath the works. So we're going to stop what we're doing right now. There's something going on that is staying in the unseen, staying in the dark waters, okay? But you need to understand one of the most vicious animals in Africa, the biggest one known for man-eating, is the hippopotamus. That's not a bad thing. That's the power that could be working with her. So, our most gracious and loving Heavenly Father, the Divine Mother, our Spirit, the angels, the guide, Michael, I am demanding that you bring your angels to this young girl, to this granddaughter, and to the family. Put your guard around her. Let them know we are going to be bringing some energy in. Tribe, I want you to pull the energy from above, pull the energy from below, and I want you to send this to this young lady, to this daughter, and have a protection of whatever's going on. What I'm really picking up is that this is coming from someone around her, not intended for her, but she is in some type of dark energy space. We're asking that we cut these ties, we cut these binds, and we tell these spirits, we tell these things that are of the darkness, time to go. You must leave. You cannot be there. Michael, handle it. So mote it be. Let that energy go forth. Wow. Okay. Light just went. I felt it. I felt the energy leave me and head out that way. Michael is already there. Things are being happening. Things are being dealt with. I'm getting the bat, the hangman, changing perspectives right now as we speak. Notice again, we've got a white bat. We need to understand that maybe something's going on that may not be intentional or evil spirits, but there is some dark energy. But the bat is here to let you know you can see it. Bats see through the darkness. You can find it, and you will be able to find a way. Michael is there. Raphael, go. Take healing to this family and find out what's going on. Let me know. All right? So mote it be. Wow. Bangarang. Woo! Okay, let's see what is happening here. So again, I love everybody knows, my regulars know, I like to separate the cards out in the deck. So if we see them again, it was definitely spirits bringing them out. Okay. And Monica Madigan, good to see you. Welcome. Merry Christmas. Glad you're here. Oh, man, I get a message from Spirit tonight. Time permitting, of course. It's been a while. It has been a while. We got plenty of time. We're going to do this. We're going to have a good time. All right. So we're going to go right to, and Monica, I'm really picking up that one of the reasons I was told to grab this deck is because of the animals and how well you relate to animals. All right. And knowing you haven't been in for a while, wasn't you, but I've got a feeling that you are one of the reasons I've been told to use this deck. Okay. So let's find out what's going on. I'm going to put this one up here because the deck's so big. I had a card drop out. We're going to go here, go here. Let's separate this out and boom. Let's see what's going. This card actually came out of the deck while I was shuffling. 6 of Cups. Being able to claim victory. Now, this is about you've gone through some stuff, but it is time to take your head out of the water, okay? It is time to let the water run off, like the otter's skin, let it slide off of you, and you will be able to declare victory in your emotional life. Now, the 6 of Cups talks about victory, reunion, reminiscing, that inner child. I want you to understand that the 6 of Cups is here to talk about bringing things back. Live in the memories, but keep that playful attitude. You can't lose your spirit. You need to keep your spirit and keep that playful attitude going within your life. It's very important for you. Now, that's the card that slipped out. When I come here, I go to my light card. Wow, look, another 6. Victory is yours to be claimed. The 6 of Pentacles. If we think of 6s, they're both, right next to the 5s. The 5s are always talking about, if I go to the 6 of Cups, okay, and I look at the 5 of Cups, all right, misery, grief, that's my grief card, looking at everything that happened instead of looking at what's moving forward. The 5 of Pentacles, not being able to see that help is near. You have help is near, and you are going to be able to claim victory. We have 2 6s here talking about being grounded and moving past the stuff that you went through into this beautiful light and feeling this joyous victory and knowing you will always have memories. For some reason, these memories are playing a really huge part in what Spirit is trying to tell you. You will remember this. You will always have it. Look to them on the good side, but no, it's time to climb that mountain and move on, okay? These things are there. You never leave anything behind, okay? But we don't let it rule our life. And now it's time for you to reclaim that mountaintop and remember who you are and what you're doing. Wow. Bangarang. Holy crow. That message came through loud and clear. All right. Let me see. Separating these things back out again. All right. Let's see what's happening. Andrea 54 Hector. Will my relationship with Carlos the Leo be worth the second chance and time invested? I'm an Aries. Okay. Relationship question. So what we're going to do is that was a yes or no. And you're not asking about him, you're asking about your relationship and will it be worth the second chance and time invested? You know what? If it's something you wanted, if it's healthy, and it's wholesome, if he's treating you with respect and you love somebody, it's always worth a second chance. All right. Now, is it worth a third, a fourth, a fifth? That's where you have to look at what's going on and find out what's happening. So will her relationship with Carlos the Leo be worth the second chance and time invested? Let's take a look and find out what's going on. Here we go. Boom. All right. Bring us up. There we are. And your light card is yes. What I've got is hop opportunity fired up, burning desires fulfilled. So this is a very good card. Look, we have the fire going here. And the answer to you is yes, this will be worth it. Just make sure you're setting your boundaries, setting your rules, letting everything come out so you know what's happening. With that, we're going to pull another card and we're going to give you some guidance and then we'll see what happens from there. Okay. But yes, this is worth it. And like I said, if it's something you want, it's always worth a second chance. There just comes a point when you have to call it, okay? But you're not there yet, and that's okay. We have the man ray, temperance. This would be the 14th. And so this is where that's what was driving this other conversation about knowing when to stop. Man ray, temperance. Finding that balance. Flow and going with the flow. Yes, I'll do what I need to do. Yes, I'll soar into the air, come back down into the water. Manta rays are beautiful. If you've ever seen one in the wild that actually cleared, I never forget one of the strongest memories I have of my dad. We were sitting on a boardwalk right there at Fifth Avenue in a little town called Melbourne Beach. And we were just sitting there after work, and I was maybe 13, and only about 50 yards out, this massive, had to be 12 feet across, manta ray just straight into the air and came down. And you know how they slap the surface to stun their food, things like that. But it's beautiful. But we have this creature that's made to glide in through the air. And what this is telling you, or into the water, is this creature will try to reach all heights to fulfill its need. But at some point, it has to come down. So remember, you keep balance. You keep energy in this and let spirit talk to you. And as long as things are doing right and things are going well, you will be able to keep this up and things will happen. All right. But listen, keep an ear out. Don't second guess all the time, but listen to what's going on. Temperance is needed. Don't sell your soul to the devil. All right. I don't know where that came from. That just came out. All right. Wow. Bangarang. All right. So, Toys and Tarot, good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope all's doing well. Hope everything's good. Glad you are here. I hope the missus is doing well. We miss you guys. Time to see you, and I hope y'all are having a great and wonderful holidays. I'm doing more classes next semester. Oh, okay. Thank you. And doing one for the winter break. Can you give me the energy around that, please? Great question. Great question. All right. And just so you know it, everybody, toys for Tarot, David, he is the one. He gives me little Lost Boy figures. Okay. And well, they're not little, they're like action figures when he finds them or whatnot. And the last one you gave me, which I think was Pan the Man himself, Peter Pan, my wife is actually putting him and she's taking a picture of it. He is in our nativity set. So there you go. You know, where our Lost Boys are right there like they should be and representing Bangarang. Here we go. All right, more classes. Can you give me the energy around that, please? All right, let's bring this up. Let's go here. Let's find out what's shaking. All right, let's do more classes. Got a lot going on. What is the energy? All right, here we go. Love the energy questions. Love the energy questions. So, wow. King of Pentacles, the rhinoceros. You know what the King of Pentacles means. You can rule this. You own it. All right. Use your wisdom. Use your smarts. Be right here. This is a good, solid thing. Again, we have a massive animal that's completely grounded to the earth. Don't rush through it. Make sure everything counts and that you're doing everything you need to do. The rhino owns it, and he owns the belongings and his surroundings. King of Pentacles. So in this real world, you got this. Things are happening. And then we follow that up with the 6, the Lovers, the Hotzen, okay? Beautiful birds. And I'm trying to get this where I can read it. Love in all forms, commitment, and choices. So there you go. You're committed to getting this done. You're committed. Don't let the holiday blues get at you, all right? You're going to commit to it. Commit. Get it done, and you'll rule it. You'll own it. All right? Wow. Bangarang. Love you, brother. Thank you. All right? Aren't those birds pretty? That's just amazing, okay? That's just amazing. So that's the 6 of the Lovers. That's your major arcana card. So that's what I'm seeing. And then with that energy of that rhinoceros, that King of Pentacles, if we're looking at the energy, it's commitment and owning it, standing ground, getting it done, and getting it done right. You know, let's see what's happened. Hi, will I see David J this month? I'll ask that. That's a fair question. Okay. When I say that to some of my new people, you have to understand I don't read people without permission, third party. But this is saying, will I see him? Now, here's the question, like I talked about earlier with somebody else in manifestation and materialization. Okay. Are you doing what needs to be done to be able to see him? That's the question. So will I see David J this month? Here we go. Splitting it out. Let's find out. According to this, no. And we have the same card again. Resistant to change. Upsetting news. Accident. So something's going on here with this, with him, that something's like kind of like getting in between you. And I don't know if that's spirit or whatnot. We're going to read a card here and find out what's going on. But the answer right now is no, that's not going to happen this month. The way things are sitting right now, that does not mean that a week from now, a week and a half, energy could clear out, different things could happen, mindsets could change. But right now, there's something standing in the way. Something's keeping this from happening. All right. And then what we've got here is the Raven, the magician. If you want to see him, what this is telling me is this going to be on you. Okay. It's up to you to make this happen. Don't sit back and wait. Okay. Can you do what needs to be done? Can you go? Can you drive? Can you make this happen? Can you help this happen? Can you do a Zoom? Can you do different things? But the Raven is always talking about that alchemy, that deep spirit within us that is saying, this is on us. We make our magic happen. And you know what, Maria, you need to understand, you need to make this magic happen. Pick up the phone, call, find out what's going on, urge them, setting. letting this, if you just sit back and wait, it's not going to happen. Okay. This is going to be on you of whether this happens or not. Okay. Wow. Bang. There we go. All right. Things are happening. People coming in. Everybody bear with me. We're getting there. We'll find out what's happening. So bang. Ellum, AABB. All right. Here we go. Does A come toward me in the new year? What are you doing to make that happen? What are you doing to make that happen? I will not read. I'll read that one. We'll find out. Does A come toward me in the new year? All right. Now, here's what's so important to me. Normally, I don't read these because I don't like them. Because if I tell you no and you don't follow through with things on your end, it means no the way things are sitting now, but it doesn't mean things couldn't change. Our destiny is not locked. That's why I don't like fortune telling. Okay. I like to find out what's going on with the situation and everything else. So, with the way things are right now, all right, we've got a yes, but I want to see what this comes back to. Okay. Getting satisfaction, good times, happy. I can't read the word. Okay. Happy ending. So, according to this, yes. According to what I'm getting from Spirit here, this is going to happen. You will see him in the new year. He is going to move toward you. Let's find out. But that's got so many meanings in that statement. You need to understand that, okay? That's pretty open. What does that mean? Are you talking about physically move? Are you talking about emotionally move? That type of thing. So we are seeing a yes here. All right. I'm going to do a cut. And on top of that, we're going to get, we got 6 pentacles. You're going to see some victory. You're going to see some clearance. You're going to make things happen. This is about seeing and understanding. But that's telling you the battle's not over. Yes, this is going to happen. You can make sure this happens. You're going to be rewarded, but there's more to go for this relationship. All right? Bang. Wow. Okay. Here we go. Boom. Let's see what's happening. So let me get over here, get these cards back situated again like that and find out what's going on. Now, here we are. Michael, okay, my eyes are all messed up. Michael Lundvendine, okay, however that is, just know we're going to call him Michael, okay? Michaeline, is that what I'm getting? Michaeline, okay. I recently started a new business venture. Will it be successful or should I look elsewhere? All right. Having done several businesses myself or whatnot, a lot of this is, again, going to depend on you. All right. Now, I can give you guidance that with every step that you're taking right now, okay, is this going to be successful? Even if the no comes out, it doesn't mean there's not something you can't tweak to make it successful. But here's where we're going with this. We're just going to take it at face value. All right. Will it be successful or should I look elsewhere? All right, here we go. And with this, what I've got, Michaeline, is no. It's not having blind spots. This is what I'm trying to tell you. With this right now, there are things that you're not seeing. What you see isn't real. You're getting some false data, okay? So you need to take a look at this and re-examine it. Don't quit, okay? But with the way it lies, there's going to be some things that are going to rear its head that's going to blindside you a little bit. And that's my thing. It doesn't mean you can't fix it, all right? But right now, with the way things are sitting, success is not looking very good for you because there are things that are hidden. I would advise you to take this under advisement with somebody that's strong in the business. And if somebody else is listening that knows what's going on, that you need a third party input, okay, of what's going on, what they're actually seeing, and what's happening, okay? So now, with that being said, I'm going to slide this over here, and we've got the Firefly. We have the 6 of Wands, all right? And the 6 of Wands actually talks about we came out of drama, and you're victorious. You can find this. You can fix it. So if you will light that, use that source to not just quit, but that fire within you to look around, stop, look at your business plan, find out what's going on, take a look, but look at it diligently, not just with that emotional, I wanna, but with the Six of Wands, that spirit, okay, I really want this to work. So there are some things that are wrong. What have I got to do to fix it? The Six of Wands is here to say, notice we're getting a lot of sixes tonight, folks. And a lot of people, I think what Spirit's telling me is a lot of people are looking for yes, no answers. A lot of those tonight, okay? Because they just want to be done or move on. Life doesn't work that way. Spirit doesn't work that way. Just because it's a no now doesn't mean it's not a yes 3 weeks from now, a month from now. But the way this is sitting, there are things you have to rise above all of the drama and take a look at from a higher point of view, looking down and shine light on every crack. No hopes, no wannabes or whatnot. What are the possibilities about what's going on? You know, we have the eel here coming. This is, again, this is indicative of what I'm trying to tell you. Where do eels like to hide in the water? When you see them, they get up in the crevices. They hide. They wait for things to pop by. They're massive animals, but then they get that tail wrapped around a rock and they don't want to budge. You have to shine the light under the rock, okay, to find out what's happening. When you see that and you know where the eels are at, you can take the precaution to fix it. All right? Wow. Bang on. Okay, there we go. Let me get these cards over here, split them up, put this one out, split it up. Let's see what's happening. And off we go. Now, who do we have here? Gene XO. All right, hugs and kisses. I think that's what that means. If not, I'm going to take it that way. May I ask what is coming towards my connection with I? Let's take a look. What does Gene need to know about a relationship and this connection with I? That's a fair question. That's it. Let's find out what you need to know about this relationship and what's going on. So here we go. Shuffling some cards around. I'm going to do another. I was told to do a big shuffle. So that's the reason I was doing it that way. And now I'm doing a legitimate shuffle. All right, here we go. Let's bring this up. And Gene, may I ask what is coming towards me or towards my connection with I? We're going to do a deck cut. Here we go. And we have the beaver, the Seven of Cups. Now, not what you want to hear. This is not a bad thing, okay? You're going to have choices. You're going to have to make choices in this relationship. That's what's coming towards you. Decisions are going to have to be made. And that's going to be huge because this is also in the cups. So it says dreams, deception, and determination. So some of these choices, some of them are going to be very possibly dream fulfilling. Others could be deceptions, things that you don't see, kind of like that eel with the young lady I was just talking to before. There's going to be choices you need to make. When you take a look at these choices, we have the Hermit. You need to do not what's best for anybody else, but the snow leopard is here as the Hermit. You have to do what's best for you. Walking alone, walking your own path. You know what? If you're doing what's best for you, following that path, doing what's right, the right people will be there. If you start changing yourself to make a relationship happen, this is the cautionary thing that's coming. You might make the relationship work, but it doesn't mean it was supposed to. All right? Listen now. I'm trying to tell you, you've got to walk your own path. The Warthog, Two of Cups. There is somebody out there for you. The Two of Cups, look, when he was a young warthog, you know, I love that movie with my kids. We watched it all the time. But we have the Warthog, the Two of Cups. This is a relationship. This is building perfect harmony, sacred union, mutual attractions. So the attractions are there, but you need to make sure you're pairing up with somebody that's willing to drink from the same pond you are. You're willing to drink from the same dirty water, okay, and find it nourishing. All right. If that's not it, that's that follow your own path. Eventually, if you follow your own path, you will find that person. Not saying I isn't it, okay? I could be it. But these are things you need to keep in mind as you're going through this whole situation with I. All right. Let me know. Love to hear more. Wow. Banger. Okay. Going to take a moment here. Get these cards divided back up. See what's happening. All right. Going to drink some water, get a little bit clear, and find out what's going on. All right. I've got Myra Hermoso at Jazz Christmas and at Kate. I'm coming. Let me get there. We'll be right there shortly. Okay. Hold on. So here we go. Like 12, will Nelson have still planned to call back to Myra? No contact. Don't understand this, but this is a question I don't do. I'm not going to read what anybody's intentions are towards somebody else, okay? I will tell you what you need to know about having a relationship with Nelson, okay? But I'm not going to tell you, is he going to call you back? What's going on in his life? Those types of things. What do you need to know about having a relationship with Nelson? All right. And that's what we're going to ask. Okay. This is about you, what you need to know, what you need to do. And here we go. All right. Let's find this out. So there's the King of Pentacles. The rhinoceros is here. Stand your ground. I need you to understand. I don't know that you know your value, okay? But you are valuable. You have knowledge, you have insight. Don't put yourself on hold for anybody, ever. This is one of the things you need to know. The King of Pentacles. Whatever's going on, there is somebody standing the ground, and what I'm being told, remember I asked what you need to know, and you need to stand your ground about what you want, what you believe in, and where you need to go. We have them, the snake, the tower. You got changes coming, sweetheart. These things, everything's fixing to change, all right? And that's what it's telling you. If you don't allow things to change, Spirit's going to shake them down, shake your tower, and make things change for you. The snake, this is a beautiful snake, but it's also a viper, all right? Shocking change, transformation, and liberation. Let this go. Let everything take its course. You have a beautiful thing. Some things are changing for you. And you know what? You're going to find the right person in there. But I don't see this coming through with Nelson. Nelson, we have the moose. The moose is loose. Engagement, boldness, commanding attention. You know what? What I'm really picking out, somebody else is looking at you. Somebody else is trying to find you. But they're standing back because they're not getting in the way of all this mess, okay? The moose. You are powerful. Remember, one of the most powerful creatures on the planet here in North America and whatnot is a female moose, especially protecting their young. You need to understand the moose is here to tell you, stand your ground, hold your head up tall, 7 to 8 feet these things stand up here, and look at the situation as a whole. The moose is there. Be engaged in your life. Don't be engaged in being stuck to somebody. Okay? Does that make sense? Boom. Bangarang. Wow. Bangarang, bangarang, bangarang. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Get some cards separated out. Make sure things aren't happening. I love it when we keep seeing the same cards over and over, as much effort as I take to make sure that they're separated. So when they come back up, it tells me that Spirit needed you to see that card. So that's what's going on. Here we go. Jazz, hey, Rev, what Spirit want me to know right now? Oh, great question. Great question. Here we go. Take a second here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? These are the questions I dearly love. All right. And let's find out. All right. Let's bring this up. My wife keeps telling me people like to see me shuffle. I don't know if it's such a pretty shuffle when I do it with this deck because it's extra 30-something cards in it because you combine. With this, the creator of this deck, Bernadette, trying to remember her name. I've got the box right over here. I'll take a look. I don't know if this deck is in production anymore. Bernadette King. I actually had her on the show several years ago. Okay. And she has the tarot deck and an oracle deck that she built with all these majestic, wonderful animals. And while she was on, she's the one that taught me with her deck. And I was just talking to people, know what the intention of the person who created the deck is. She is the one who said, put them all together because the message may be something entirely different. So, what a spirit want Jazz right now to know. Let's find out. All right. All right, here we go. So, what message do you have for Jazz right now? Let's find out. We have the Black Swan, the 9 of Swords. Okay. This would normally be my anxiety card. All right. Stop worrying about things. Jazz, you've been worrying about things, worried about future, worried about what's going on or whatnot, or where you fit in this whole situation. Number one, you're not alone. But the 9 of Swords is that anxiety card of letting go of fear, letting go of tomorrow. We have the full moon in the back. You're not seeing the whole picture. Use your intuition, guide you through. And remember the story of the Black Swan. Now, mental anguish, shallow self, but time heals. And that's what we're trying to say. So if there's some hurt, there's something you're going through, Spirit is here to say, we hear you, we see you, we know you're working in fear, but let it go. We've got you, okay? Listen to your intuition, listen to Spirit. Spirit's going to walk you through it. We have the Walrus, the 8 of Cups. So the 8 of Cups, always about moving. But that Walrus and the 8 of Cups is also about letting things go that no longer serve you. Be able to walk away. So this is what I'm seeing for you right now, Jazz, is it's very important that you release some of the traumas. You realize life is there. You go on and you're able to move across the Walrus. This massive thing moves hugely across the ground, but is like a dream in the water. 8 of Cups. Leave it alone. Stop carrying this weight of things and worry and fear around with you. Let it go. That's what I have. All right. Wow. Banger. Okay. Let's see what's happening here. All right. Kate, let's see where we're going here with Kate. Kate. Okay. This is what I don't do, Kate. Sorry. Ayushman Roy, current feelings for Vaishali Shinan, no contact. Guess what? I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm not going to read Roy, okay, without his permission. I just don't do it. I'm sorry, sweetie. It's not right. And it's looking for answers that may not be real, okay? That is something. If you want to know what Vaishali should do, I'll be glad to answer that question. But unfortunately, to me, it's an ethical thing. I won't read what somebody else is feeling, what somebody else is doing, what they're going through without their permission. So one of the hints I can give you that this other person, I will say, you know, and I don't know if Vaishali is for you or not. There's just too many names here. I can't do this reading, okay? I can do the reading. I'm not going to do the reading because I can't tell if Vaishali is you, okay? If that's you, pop it in down there. My wife will see and say, yes, that's me. Or are you trying to read what's going on between another couple? And that, stay out of it. I will not get involved in that whatsoever. But glad you're here. Thank you. If you want to clarify or whatnot, my wife, Leangie Lee, is in there. She'll be glad if you post it. She'll get it over to me, and I will do a reading once you clarify. Okay? Wow. All right. Let me know what's happening. All right. Cynthia, good to see you. Reverend Rob, first time my whole family is going out of town for Christmas. whoo, Christmas vacation, but you're going there. Are you cousin Eddie? Showing up? Is that what's going on? They are driving, yes or no question. Will they be okay? All right. You know what? My solid, I'm going to go here, right here for you. All right. Cynthia wants to know. Whole family is going out of town. They are driving. Will they be okay? I'm getting a yes. Okay. An absolute yes. Doesn't mean they don't need to be careful. Doesn't mean anything. And I know that fear, okay, of when the kids are going, things like that. I'm going through some stuff with one of my boys now, So, but you got to let them go, be, do. And don't, if you're so worried about it, remember, don't manifest. What you need to do is relish in the fact that you're envisioning and seeing them coming back and saying, it was an awesome time. We can't wait to do that again. Okay. And that's what worry does for us. It actually creates bad thoughts. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring this up. We're going to here. And one of the things you need to know right now, I don't know why I was told to do it this way, but I have been. Here we go. All right. Rhinoceros, King of Pentacles. Everything's going to be fine. Be grounded, take control, know what's going on. The key thing is for them to understand and look and know their surroundings and find out what's going on, and they can rule them. Everything's going to be fine. Okay? Master their surroundings. All right? Does that make sense? Okay. Hope so. Let me know. I'll be glad. We'll say a prayer for everybody. A lot of people traveling through the holidays. Let's do this right now, because people are starting to travel right now. And I think with Cynthia, we'll end it right there. And what we're going to do is I'm going to do this. Heavenly Father, Michael and Raphael, please make sure I just let the angels of mental clarity, Michael, be clear of knowing what's going on. Ariel, knowing what's happening in and around the environment and their own. We want our prayer of protection and safety to go out to everybody here who's got family traveling, if they're traveling or want to. Know that your spirit is there to watch over them and guide them and help them out. Send your angels to keep our family safe, to keep our tribe members safe and their family safe. And all that we ask it, so mote it be. All right, there we go. All right, folks. Wow, busy night. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. I hope you had a good time. I hope everybody here enjoyed it. We had a great, a great thing going. I love when these cards come in. Tell me what you think about the cards. If you want to, drop a comment in when this is over. Come back to it later and let me know what you thought about these 2 decks of cards, things like that. I'd love to hear. What are you doing for Christmas? Love to hear. Let's find out. Okay. So nothing for me on Wednesday night, nothing for me until next week on Monday evening. All right. But Monday and Tuesday, we'll be doing live tarot readings, and Bridget and I will be together. I don't know if we're going to do it on both channels or what. We haven't discussed it yet, but Tipsy Tarot, and I will put out the recipe for whatever it is that I'm drinking. Okay. So if you want to imbibe, go right ahead. Okay. It's one of those things that we have a good time, and we want our tribe to feel free and to enjoy life and celebrate the season, the coming solstice, everything that's happening. I believe that's on the 21st, somewhere around that nature. So I just want us to all be happy and understand what's going on. Don't care what religion, don't care what spirit, whatever it is, be in grace, be in happiness, be in love. All right. Joy, peace, and holidays. Remember, take what you want, leave what you don't, but leave having experienced some peace, love, and light. Bangarang.